How to paint exterior metal window frames. You would not believe how often I get asked to do this. This is like the first time ever asked to do this in all these years, but I've done several at this house already. So I'd like to share with you the steps I've been using to get good results. Of course, the important thing is the prep. As you can see, the original paint's coming off here, so this needs cleaned and prepped really good so the paint sticks on there. I'm going to be using these tools and supplies. First thing I'm going to do is rough spot sanding with some 220 grit sandpaper, and then go over all of it with a stripping pad. And for general cleaning, get it deglossed, I'm going to use this crud cutter. So I'm going to start with that, and then we'll get into the masking part. Got those surfaces ready for paint. Since I'm going to be spraying paint, I want to mask off the areas where I don't want paint. So for the outer part of the window, I'm going to use traditional tape and paper. Actually, I have one of these taping gadgets. I've had this for, I think, over 20 years. I was in a big box store the other day. I saw one. I don't remember how much I paid for mine, but I saw the price on that. Had a little bit of sticker shock. They're not cheap. So if you're just doing a few windows, I wouldn't bother getting one. But if you got a lot, or you know you'll use it in the future, you might want to pick one up. For the glass part, I'm not going to be using tape. I'm going to be using this liquid mask. I've heard about this for years, never had an opportunity to use it since I don't really do much exterior work, but I got it for this job, and you literally just roll it or brush it on the window. Now, if we were spraying like the whole house, you probably want to do the whole window. Since I'm just using a spray can to do the metal frame, it doesn't fan out that much. So I'm just going to put on about 6 to 8 inches on the edge there. And I will recommend this. It doesn't say it on here. They just say put a coat on. I would recommend 2 coats. I've seen a lot of people complain online that it falls apart. The thicker the better. So I'm going to put 2 coats on, have a better chance of it coming off in one piece or just a few pieces instead of a few thousand pieces. All right, I got these all masked off. It's time for some paint. I am going to use this Insulex. This is carried by our local Benjamin Moore dealers. I don't know if it's at other places. It's really good paint. This was a little less than $10 a can. I got it in satin finish. But before I put that on, there is a lot of bare metal on these window frames. On the other sides of the house, it wasn't as bad, but there's a lot of oxidation on this front side here. So I'm gonna get some primer on there. I'm going to use this by Zinsser and get that all sealed up. If you're going to be doing a lot of spraying, I would recommend getting one of these. It just clips on the top of the can like that. It's got the trigger there. If you're using a lot of spray paint, if you haven't done a lot of spraying, you might be surprised how fatigued your finger gets and the muscles in your hand and forearm. So these are really nice. I got the cheaper version of this. I think this was about $13. I got the cheaper one that just pops on the top of the can. Well, that was good for about 2 cans, and then the can would pop out and I couldn't get it to stay in there anymore. So this has this little clasping feature on it. I put several cans through here and it's still working good. Helps save your finger and your muscle. So get some primer on there and then turn these things black. All right, that frame's black. I did 2 light coats of primer and 3 coats of the black. You may have noticed the first coat I did really light. Using spray cans, you want to do, it's better to do several light coats than to think you can do just one heavy coat and have it done. Just build that paint up, you have much better results. If I try to do too much on the first coat, I always get runs and drips. So I've learned to just do just a really light first coat. Well, now it's time to do the reveal. We're going to get this masking off of there. The paper and tape you can just pull off. With the liquid mask, you do need to go around the edges with a knife like this. Get a fresh blade. Don't stab your finger like I did last year. That's a whole nother story, but it's still numbing some spots. So be careful with that. And also with the liquid mask, use a flat blade. Now we'll see how this comes off, because I had luck. Some of it will come off in big pieces, but I had one window on the side that was being very stubborn, and I had to get real small pieces, and I had to scrape the heck out of that thing. So we'll see how this comes off. All right, got them finished painted. Actually did 2 of them today. You probably saw in the video, maybe I was going back and forth. That liquid mask came off really good today on both these windows. That wasn't too bad, just a little bit of scraping. But when I peeled the tape off at the very top of this window, it peeled some of the paint off. So I had to retape it a little bit and touch it up real quick. Wasn't a big deal, but of course it was the last window that I did. I didn't have that issue anywhere else till the very end. They came out good. The customer loves it. If you have any questions, complaints, leave them down below. Best of luck to you on your paint job. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.